This is an instructional video on how to go about writing or reading and writing your reading assignments, whether it's a chapter or whether it is an article. So first of all, I'm going to start off just by pointing you to this first article. I will always have the place where you begin or start, and I will actually use that word so you'll always know the word start is there. It says start here. We're quite a few pages down, but this is where we start. All right, now, once we know where we start, notice I have numbered each one of the paragraphs, and that goes all the way through the article, all the way to number 51. There are 51 paragraphs in this. Some of them are very short. None of them are that long in this particular article. It just depends on the article. Now, here is your task. Every single one of these paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to choose which sentence is the most important sentence. And this is all I want you to do. I want you to select it and copy it. Then you're going to start a fresh document. And you're just going to do Control-Alt-V and do unformatted and paste it in there. Now, I want you to make it all one continuous sentence, and so if you have to, there's always going to be the problem of it being separated because that's the way it is. And I want you to always number every one of these. If you don't number them, I won't mark it. I can't mark it if it isn't numbered. All right, so there you go. So number 1, that's the most important sentence of this tiny paragraph. Let's do number 2, another tiny paragraph. So the first sentence, which is a little bit awkward, but that's the way it's going to be. This is the most important sentence. And then we copy it, and then we go Control-Alt-V, unformatted, OK, and there it is. So you're going to do this with all 51 paragraphs. Just the most important sentence. Never more than one. There's one place that's a little bit awkward, but it's okay because I've done this all for you. So your assignment is going to look like this. Here are all of the sentences that I've chosen to be the most important sentences of each paragraph, 51 of them. Now, the next thing that happens is I'm asking a question. The question is simple. What is the main question the article is trying to answer? So I'm going to think about that. I look at all of these and I'm going to mull them over and think of them. And you better spend a good 15, 20 minutes, even a half an hour, thinking through what is the main research question that John Sailhamer is trying to answer here. So the way you're going to figure that out is by going through this, looking at all of these and say, well, I can kind of see what the question is. I have my idea of what the question should be. Oops, that's not it though. So I'll move over to here. What was the main compositional strategy for the Tanakh, the Old Testament in its final form, as revealed in Moses' writings in the Torah, and the commentary of the prophets and writings, and in the New Testament itself? So looking at all these sentences, that's what I think the main question is. What was the main compositional strategy for the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament in its final form, as revealed in Moses' writings in the Torah, and in the commentary of the prophets and the writings, and in the New Testament itself? I think that's the question. Then this is the next part you're going to do. This simple little sentence here. It says, choose the 5 sentences from above, your 51 sentences, which best answer the main question. 5 sentences. All right, so I went through and did that. And these are the sentences I copied and pasted out of this list. I just went through this list here, copied and pasted these 5 sentences. Okay, so now we have a good sense of where we're going. Now that I have these 5 sentences, I need to get this down to one sentence. In a single sentence, answer the main question. Here's my main question. Here are my 5 sentences. These are the most important sentences to answer this question. Here's my answer. Moses' main purpose in writing the Pentateuch was to proclaim the future messianic hope, which was revealed through the creation and covenants with faith at the center, and which hope was strengthened and enhanced in the later stages of the Bible, the prophets and writings, and in the New Testament itself. I think that's the main answer to this whole article. That's the main answer to the question. What is the main compositional strategy for the Tanakh, as revealed in Moses' writings in the Torah, and then in the commentary of the prophets and writings, and in the New Testament itself? I think the answer is Moses' main purpose in writing the Pentateuch was, and this is the answer here. Okay, that's what you need to do. So what this will do is it's going to force you to understand the article. It'll give you a running, look at this, it's going to give you a running summary of the whole article, which is a lot easier than reading the whole article again. And then it gives you the 5 most important sentences that answer the question, and you figured out what the main question is, and then you've got the answer. You can sum up the whole article in just one sentence. I think you're going to learn this way. I think it's a good way to do reading. If you have any questions, let me know, but this is where we're going, and you're going to have to do this starting next week.